Howdy everyone. I'm back at it again. It's a beautiful day for some kayak fishing. So it's the first trip of the year for me out here to one of my favorite little lakes to take my kayak out to for the day. I just love coming out here. It's always so peaceful on this lake. Beautiful scenery and some big bass. This might be about as early as I've ever fished this lake, so we'll see if we can figure those bass out today. I might start out by just paddling around a bit, see if I can see any fish anywhere. There's a couple little bays on this lake. It's kind of early season right now, but the sun is shining today. Those bays might be warming up. They might be holding some fish. So I'm going to paddle over there. We'll check it out. It is still a bit early too. It's about 10 in the morning right now, so if nothing else, I might have to fish around a bit, let the water warm up a few degrees. It is supposed to be nice and warm out this afternoon. I didn't bring my fish finder with, so I'm not quite sure what the water temp is, but my finger thermometer says about 58 degrees. Might be a little bit warmer back here in these bays with the sun shining. But I might start out by just tossing the Wacky Worm around a bit. Give it a few casts through here, see if the fish are stacked up back here in this bay. Wraps around the corner back here a little bit too. It gets real shallow back there, but it might be what those fish like this time of year. Well, I've had a couple little bass nip at my frog back here. This real shallow stuff. Oh, there's a half decent one right there. Interest you in my Wacky Worm? I think I startled him at first, but he turned to look at that worm, I think. That was a real nice bass sitting right there in front of me. I got him. Oh, that was pretty cool. Sight fished that one. Just had to let him get away from me a little bit for him to be willing to eat that worm. Come here, you. First fish of the day. Yeah, I've been seeing a few swimming around back here in this bay. Is what I like to see. I've had a couple take a little nip at my frog, but I might just need to let the water warm up a bit more for these fish to be willing to really smash the top water. They were on the board though. Oh, there's a bass right there. I'm pretty sure I spooked that one. I've seen a couple decent bass swimming around back here, but man, they seem so spooky today where if I get anywhere close enough to see them, they see me and they just do not want to bite. There's a real nice one sitting right over here though. I thought that was a fish, maybe it was just some lily pad stems. I think it was. Yeah, it's just some stems. Yeah, I think I'm going to fish my way out of here, go try one of the other bays. See what we find. So I found a really nice bass sitting on a bed. right up here in front of me. It's the first one I've seen today sitting on a bed. I did give him a few casts with my worm, and he doesn't seem like he's too interested. And I keep seeing that fish flapping his tail at the bottom, so I think what's going on is that's the male fish up there, and he's working on fanning out that bed still. But if he's up here, I'm wondering if big mama bass is out here somewhere, just a little bit deeper. So I'm going to give it a few casts out there. We'll see if something thumps my worm. Here we go. Well, I just threw that wacky worm out a little bit deeper past where that nest is over here, thinking maybe the big mama would be sitting out there, and sure enough. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Well, I think the smaller male was sitting up on a bed up there. He's probably waiting for this big girl to come along and join him. Man, that's a nice fish on the wacky worm. Beast of a largemouth. Well, that one that I just caught on the wacky worm was definitely the biggest bass I've caught today. It's kind of out here on the main part of the lake, although we are getting toward the shallow end and getting into that transition. There's another one. That feels like another really good fish. Oh yeah. Maybe those big ones are hanging out a little bit deeper, just off the shallow stuff. Oh yeah, another one just like that last one. I think it's a different fish though. That other one had a little scar right there. Look at that. Just a beauty on that wacky worm. Just one more look at that fish, and we'll set her free. Oh, here we go. Oh, this fish is pulling me here. Well, I think I might have figured these fish out now. Big ones are hanging out just outside those spawn areas, a little bit deeper water. Oh yeah, that's another real nice bass. Get up here, you. Oh man. Just a beast of a fish on that wacky worm. Man, what a pretty fish. Yeah, that's a thick one right there. Well, it's about 1:30 right now. I spent about an hour fishing around this bay back here behind me. Mostly tossing the frog around. Didn't really have much action on that. I did catch one back there with a worm. But I'm gonna head back out here to the main part of the lake. because this is where I caught the 3 biggest bass so far today. Let's try to replicate that pattern and work my way along the shoreline here. Big light patch up there. I don't know if that's a bed or what. I don't think it is. It looks too big to be a bed. Ooh, there was something up there though. Oh, nice bass. Oh, you get back over here. That's a big one. Come here, you. Just a tank on that Wacky Worm, man. Look how thick that fish is. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to throw that one on the measuring stick here. It's about 18 and a half. Just a super thick fish though. Beauty of a largemouth. I suppose I'll give you guys a quick look at the setup I'm using here today. I've got a watermelon gold flake yum dinger. And then I've got a little piece of clear heat shrink on there. I use as just kind of a worm saver. And I'm running a 1/0 EWG Gamakatsu hook, the thin wire one, not the super line hooks. And I'm fishing that on my 6'8" St. Croix Bass X rod. I picked up a few of the new ones to replace my old ones with. So I'm gonna give them a try this year. Got a Daiwa Zillion reel on there. I'm running 15-pound braid from mainline, and then I've got about a 5-foot leader of 12-pound fluoro right in front of that worm. Just so I've got some clear line in front of that worm. This nice clear water out here, I do not want to spook those fish fishing straight braid. Yeah, I really like this setup for wacky worms, light jigs. That Daiwa Zillion does great with light lures. I've been casting that worm straight into the wind most of the day today, and I mean, it handles it with ease. I haven't had a single bird's nest. Usually keep my breaks at about 7 on that reel. Well, we've got several nice bass in so far today. I'm gonna keep wacky worming my way along, and we'll see if we can catch a couple more. Well, I've fished my way down to the other end of the lake. I was hoping it'd be the calm side, but I think that wind is blowing every which way out here today. I haven't really found much down here yet, but it is kind of the deep end of the lake. However, we do have a shallow bay on this end too, so I'm wondering if maybe that's where all the big bass are hanging out on this end. I'm gonna fish my way into there, we'll find out. Ooh, here we go. This might be a decent one. Oh yeah, this is a nice fish. Come here, bud. Oh yeah. Well, that's the kind of fish I was hoping to find back here in this bay. Just toss that wacky worm right in the middle of all these floating bogs. And that guy picked it up. Nice fish. Well, there are 2 more really nice bass sitting over here, but they're kind of sitting by a little dished out area. I think these 2 are maybe waiting to do their mating dance. They don't seem to be too concerned about my worm being over there. Even though I am like 3 feet away from them too, but about as far as I can get from these fish without having the wind push me all over. That one ate the worm though, that's pretty cool. I just love watching those fish eat the worm. Well, that's not a bad one. Got one on the Wacky Worm, way in the back end of this bay here. Not a bad fish. Got one more little part of the lake here. It's kind of another little bay back behind this point. We'll give it a quick try, but I gotta get going pretty soon here. I was gonna try to be home before it's bedtime for my little one. Ooh, I got a nice something on my line here. No, don't you jump. Don't you jump. No, I said don't do that. Get in my net. Well, there's a nice one on that worm. Gave him a tongue piercing. It's a beauty of a fish. Nice, thick and chunky bass. Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of them out here today. I think I've come to the conclusion that the wind is just blowing everywhere on this lake, except for that one little patch out there in the middle. That's the one calm spot on the lake today. Seems like everywhere I go, the wind's blowing right into it, though. Let's see if I can catch one more big fish. Oh, that might be him right there. Ooh, this is a nice one. Oh my gosh, you guys. Don't you jump like that. Don't you jump. Oh, this is a big fish, you guys. Get in my net, you. Oh my gosh. Well, that's the big fish of the day right there. Just a beast of a largemouth. Just as I was saying, I want one more nice fish, then I'm gonna call it a day. How is that for a fish to end the day on? I'll get a quick length on that one. Just a hair shy of 20. Jeez. What a beast. All right, you guys, that's gonna do it for today's trip. It's time for me to make my way back to the launch. What an awesome day of fishing it's been out here, though. Yeah, it took a couple hours to figure those bass out this morning, but once I got a feel for them, man, we caught some really nice fish out here today. Had a couple smaller ones swipe at that frog, but most of the action was on that Wacky Worm. Yeah, when in doubt, toss the Wacky Worm. It did not let me down today. Well, that's gonna do it for this one. I'm gonna paddle back to the launch and hit the road. I hope you guys enjoyed the day in the kayak with me. I had a blast. Thanks for coming along with me again. I'll see you next time.